For the second time in a week, a high-risk offender has failed to return to a Vancouver halfway house. A Canada-wide warrant has been issued for Jason Bresnahan. The 39-year-old is on statutory release after serving a 5-year sentence for several offenses, including the sexual assault of a 12-year-old girl. Bresnahan is 5 feet 11, 270 pounds, with brown shaved hair and a number of visible tattoos. The chair of the Vancouver Park Board says he will not reopen the debate on whale breeding. This, despite the death of a Vancouver aquarium beluga at SeaWorld in Orlando. Greg Harper is live at the aquarium with the latest on this. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. Well, Nanook is the beluga that died. Nanook was estimated to be 31 or 32 years of age. And the aquarium actually lent Nanook to SeaWorld back in '97 for breeding purposes. The beluga had been undergoing treatment for an infection that was caused by a broken jaw. Nanook reportedly suffered the injury after an altercation with another whale. Animal rights group No Whales in Captivity says that this proves that confinement breeds aggression. And Vancouver Park Board Commissioner Michael Wiebe says Nanook's death should lead to new discussions about breeding in captivity. But board chair John Cooper says last year's rigorous debate put an end to the issue. The board voted against a ban on breeding in November of last year, but this no doubt will spark that debate once again. Jody?
Thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting for us this morning from the Vancouver Aquarium. There's disappointment in Egypt this morning for Canadian journalist Mohamed Fahmy and his colleague. The retrial of the two Al Jazeera English journalists on terror-related charges in Cairo has now been postponed until March 8th. The two were arrested in December of 2013. Fahmy has been critical of both Al Jazeera and Canada's government for not doing enough to help win his freedom.
I really don't know what's going to happen. You know, I am paying for my own legal fees. It's become really costly for me, and on every level, emotionally, financially, my whole family is stressed. You know, I enjoyed my first couple of days of freedom, but it's still limited freedom, and I'm still stressed.
Police are asking people in Edmonton to stay vigilant but not be overly alarmed by an apparent terrorist threat against the West Edmonton Mall. The shopping center was one of several malls singled out in a video that was released on Saturday from the terrorist group Al-Shabaab. It's a Somalian Al-Qaeda-linked rebel group. Edmonton's deputy police chief says people should go about their day-to-day business and not give in to unwarranted fear.
If there's any kind of a threat or any kind of chatter or any kind of a subject of concern that it surfaces anywhere in Canada or internationally with our international partners, law enforcement communicates intimately and quickly in making sure that we make each other aware of that threat and bring the proper investigative and reactive resources to bear on those kind of things.
An online fundraiser for the family of a 3-year-old boy who froze to death in Toronto last week has now raised more than $174,000. The mother of Elijah Marsh says the support her family has received has meant more, quote, than anyone can imagine. The toddler left his grandmother's home in frigid temperatures in the middle of the night last week. He was found by searchers several hours later wearing just a T-shirt, diapers, and boots. Members of the community continue to rally to aid the Coquitlam fire victims. A weekend donation drive at Coquitlam Centre got a great response. A large amount of clothes, toiletries were collected for people who live on Glen Drive. Parts of the apartment building were destroyed by fire last week. Many had their possessions wiped out too. They're likely out of their homes for months, possibly a year.
It was very motivating for me. I was cleaning up my closet thinking, I've got clothes. I don't need all these clothes. I can pass them on to somebody else. And it really makes you feel good.
Monetary donations can also be made to the Coquitlam fire victims at any branch of Coast Capital Savings.